I'm going to give you some pointers today on exactly how to execute trades and keep emotions under control and follow a trade plan. We locked in hundreds of percent on AMD just yesterday on Friday. I'm going to go over the trade. We're going to replay the trade. We're going to walk through it step by step. Don't want to take up too much of your time, so let's get right into it. Okay, so now that we're into the charts, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background on the trade and why I took it, and also some nice little cues to know when you could potentially hit these really big days. Now, I told members in chat that absolutely do not short this. This thing is going to run. If it takes off, it's really going to get going. So let me explain why. So on the charts here, you see where we opened up. We opened up basically right on top of the previous day's highs. So it's below that resistance. It is most likely going to take a run down into the previous close, which is very, very close. And then it's going to shoot right back up. There's going to be a lot of attention on that. People are waiting for this move here on AMD. AMD is also notorious for, once it clears all moving averages and all support, and if it is clear blue skies above, look out, this thing's going to rip. Do not short that. You need to be looking for the long. So that's what we did. So now I want to turn your attention to our entry charts for the day, locking in $6,100. Actually, it's pretty funny. Both on Apple and AMD, I've locked in $6,100 on both trades. And now I am going to replay this trade for you using Trading Sim, so then you can watch how these candles went. And then I'm going to walk you through this trade. So this is our support level here at 115.92. That is our area to go long. Again, that is usually not enough distance for us to take that trade, but because of this special setup here on AMD, that's why we took it with no hesitation. And if we got stopped out on that, there is a reset level about exactly 1 point below at 114.92. So you know you're protected in this. Either it's going to find support at that rough previous close area, or it's going to find support at the 9 EMA, 5 EMA, 20 SMA. There is a lot of support. Plus, there is trend support down there. Okay, so it is an absolute beautiful setup. So now I'm going to pull this in. Now, what I would like to do, okay, now that you've seen my entries, I'm going to do it like this. That way it'll give me a little bit more room here. Okay, so this is Trading Sim. We are going to press play. Remember, this is the trade, and let's rock and roll, and I'll walk you guys through it. So market's about to open up. We got about 30 seconds. Market is open. We immediately pop up. It starts kind of messing around, and then it dips. So it rejects some pre-market levels and starts making its way down. Now we're on guard. We are waiting for it to start coming in. Now, this thing starts popping up, going crazy, doing everything that AMD is famous for. It cannot clear those highs. It immediately freaks out and starts coming down into that support. So I'm going to pause it here because I want to explain something. When you work a trade and you have a trade plan, it is about executing that trade plan come hell or high water. Do not give into emotion. That's what these candles are designed to do. That's how this market is designed to extract money from retail traders. They know that retail traders are putting up their own money in these trades. Therefore, they're emotional. They're attached to that money. It's not like institutional traders where it's not their money. They don't really give a shit, right? So when it comes to retail trading, number one, get your bloody emotions under control. This is why this is more of a mental game, more so than a technical or fundamental game. This is probably 80% mental and 20% strategy and technicals, whatever strategy you're going with, right? I prefer technicals. It is very predictable. There's a reason why technicals work. We can get into that in one of the next videos, but let's continue to press play here and continue through the trade. So as it comes down into that level, I do start in with my first entry. Now I'm patient. Once it popped up on this candle, remember, this is 5 times the speed, so it's obviously happening a lot faster than in real time, but I don't want to bore you guys here too much. So it comes down into that level, I start in, it pops back up, coming back into a pre-market range, and I pay myself. Now I can show you that entry right here. So that entry right there is the initial entry, and then you see the first exit. You see how it's off to the side where I'm pointing? That's that candle, okay? So immediately pay myself, lock some in. It's not a huge trade so far, but it's about protecting. If it comes back down, I will add back in. Now let's press play. So as it's coming up, it's starting to reject up there. Now I'm just patient. I'm going to wait until this thing really confirms strength. Still pissing around, putting in big, scary top wick candles. I'm still holding my trade plan. It's now starting to crack that support. That's okay. That's where I add in, add nice and low, get my average corrected. I know that it has barely broken this level. A lot of traders make that mistake as well. And immediately it starts climbing back up. Normally in these situations, I would be adding back in if it came like this. Now I'm going to show you. This is where I would have taken one more add. As it pops up on strength and pulls back like this, giving me confirmation. Number one, it is a higher low. Number two, it is retesting and remounting that support. That is a big sign of strength, especially if it broke that support level. Okay. However, it did not do that, but I had enough size in it that I was comfortable. And I know that this has a lot of potential. And if it does want to start coming up, it is going to be a big move. Let's continue. So once it starts popping up and you can see it's kind of coming into trend where these wicks were, I'm paying myself there. That is those exits right at the beginning here. Now it's all buggered up. There we go. Got her moving again. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, right there. I'm going to pause it again. I want to show you guys something. So you see on this candle how it comes into that resistance and it looks like it's about to wash. More shorts are adding in. They're not recognizing the daily chart setup. That's what has brought AMD to make a 600% move on the options. Remember, I trade options. Now we trade equity, or we trade the options exactly like we trade the equity. That's why I'm not pulling up options charts. I execute based off of the stock chart, guys. We do things a little bit differently at Tricktrades. And as soon as it starts to come up into that range, it's going to squeeze, and it's going to squeeze hard and fast. Continue on. As it's coming into this top wick, I am continuing to pay myself. This is where it starts really getting wild with the premium. Right here is about 100% move. Now it's going crazy, right? Absolutely beautiful trade already. We're all laughing and giggling about it in chat because it's a monster trade. And it's bunged up again. Let me see if I can move it and progress it again. If not, that's all right. You guys do get the idea. Okay, so trading sim's all messed up. That's all right. We'll just go back into these charts. So you can see here from my entry down at $1, roughly, all the way up to my best exit. My best exit was at $5.50. You're looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent. This is the potential and the absolute best thing about the trick trade strategy. This is what we do here. Now, I'm not claiming that we take trades like this every day. Absolutely not. Trades like this where you're making multiple hundreds of percent, that maybe happens 2, 3, 4 times a month. Okay. Mainly though, once a week, we are hitting a trade for at least 100%. Now, our average trade is about 40 to 50%. Sometimes a little bit lower, sometimes a little bit higher. It all depends on the market. but this is how you execute these trades. So to recap this video and why this is important. Now, you saw how whippy those candles were at the beginning, right? You saw how crazy it looked and how scary it looked. Everybody will start talking about the top wicks of those candles. Never base your trades off of how it looks. You're falling for the trap of the smart money. These guys are wolves. They're very good at what they do. Okay? You're giving into emotion. If you are basing your decisions and your trades off of one candle, that is an emotional entry. That is the wrong way to do it, and you will absolutely fail. Now, you may do well from time to time based off your gut or what you think or the look of something. You will fail over time. Always have a trade plan. I give my members full detailed trade plans every single morning, not only for a long, but for a short as well, just in case we didn't capture the long, if we missed it. Now we wait for the short. This is what we do here, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to learn more, head over to tricktrades.com and we'll get you all saddled up and trading professionally. Ciao. Adios.